One thing that can keep us stuck without even realizing is planning. And I do not mean planning is bad. Planning can actually be really helpful, indeed. There are so many things where planning makes sense. If you're creating a lesson plan, planning a trip, preparing for something important, like obviously there's a reason to plan, yes. But I think there's a difference between planning because you need organization and planning because you are avoiding taking action. Because sometimes I think we get stuck in what I call a planning loop. And, like, you can plan your day, you plan your week, your goals, your routine, your content plan, or whatever you're going to do. And then somehow, after all that planning, you still haven't actually done the thing. And I think the question we have to ask ourselves is, why? Why are we planning? What is the actual reason behind it? Are you planning because you generally want to be organized and make things easier for yourself? Or are you planning because planning feels more comfortable than actually starting? Because there's a difference. Sometimes planning can feel like progress because you're doing something related to the goal. You feel productive because you're thinking about it. You're writing it down, you're preparing for it. But eventually, you have to move. You can plan your entire life, but you're still going to have to live it. And I think sometimes we try to plan every little detail because we want to feel ahead. We want to feel prepared. We want to know exactly what's going to happen. But the truth is, you cannot fully plan for the future because the future is always changing. It's unexpected. Literally. There are things that make sense to plan, but there are also things where maybe you don't need a perfect system. Because maybe you just need a reason. Like, ever ask yourself, like, what is the motive? What is your motive? Why do you actually want to do this thing? Because I think your motive matters more than your plan. You need a motive to do a plan. If you know why you're doing something, you're more likely to actually take action instead of constantly creating new plans. And I think this is where we get stuck sometimes. Our minds are constantly creating new ideas. We're always thinking of something new we could do, something we could improve on, something we could organize because we can. But our bodies can't always keep up with everything that our mind creates. Because our minds can sit there and imagine 100 different things, but eventually your body has to be the thing that follows through. So maybe the question isn't, what is my perfect plan? Maybe the question is, what actually needs to be done right now? What am I planning because it's necessary? What am I planning because I'm scared to start? Because sometimes the way out of planning loop is in another plan. Sometimes it's just taking the first step.